Good evening, everybody. T-Speaker222 back here with another video to update you on XRP. First things first, I'm going to start out by thanking each and every one of you. We're only about 7 subscribers now short of 100 for the 4th day. I'm stunned. I did see a little bit of your guys' concerns about the intro. Guys, I do appreciate the defense in the comments, but we are one big community. One way to get each other and everybody on the same page is constructive criticism is fine. Some of you guys don't like the intro. You think it's too long. You think time's of the essence. I tend to agree with that. So I also agree with some other people that say it's my channel and I can do what I want, blah, blah, blah. But the point is I've heard your complaint. I will no longer do the intro. It would be an ending. So if you don't want to watch the ending, you got a choice now. I won't do the intro. The intro will be the ending. So, some other people asked me who made the intro, Dubstep. It was, it was just a remix that they made. And, I contacted them a little bit over a year ago, because I stream on Twitch, and they gave me, the okay to do it as long as I give them credit. And that's why you see on that intro or exit, whatever you want to call it now, it shows the Dubstep remix because they're the ones who created it, and I'm going to give them the credit. So, and I'm appreciative that they let me use it on my Twitch intro. So that's why I kind of overhauled it into this. But okay. So now that we got that out of the way, like I said, I don't care constructively, good, bad, indifferent. You guys feel free to comment. I will not take offense. I want to know what you guys like to see. Obviously, I've only done 3 videos, guys, or 4 videos. I've been doing this 3 days. So, I know it doesn't look like I've only been doing it 3 days, but I do, stream on Twitch. And I've been doing that for about a year and a half. So, I do have somewhat of a background in how to make this look good and flow appropriately. So, anyhow, when we streamed earlier, or recorded the last video at about 1:15 Eastern Standard Time, it's now 8:35. We were around the range of, we're bouncing around, where were we at? We bounced down, because we bounced up here, then we came back down, and we were watching these levels right here when I got off the air. We had just made this candle wick right here, and we were going up. And I said, let's watch it, see what happens if you haven't built a position. It's never a bad time to start, but if you're already in a position, let's see if we're going to the upside or the downside, because it could have went either way. Fortunately, like we were talking about 2 days ago, when it was at 46, 47, and 48 cents, we said this might be the last chance to buy it under 50. I told you guys, I was very upfront that I added an additional about, 25 to 30% stockpile. When it dipped under 50 cents again, all the way from 45 to 50, I stockpiled it. And now I'm up to just under 6,000 coins. So you guys know my goal is to get to 10,000 before it gets to $1. I added $27 worth today when it got to 56 cents. Well, what the hell did you add it at 56 cents? Well, it broke up. I even bought another $25 at 52 cents because it's adding such a small amount. I get like 50, 60 XRP depending on the price, over 50. And it barely adds to my cost average. But at every level, I'm still adding them up. So I got a couple hundred more today, even though the price is up. And we're moving up pretty nicely now, guys. I got it in the 1 minute candle. You seen in my earlier video said I would wait, see what happens unless you haven't built a position. Now we have another decision to make. Are we going to push up? Because we broke past that resistance from earlier. We're right up to it now again. Like literally, where we got rejected earlier, we're right at that critical part, which is why I started this video. 57697. We are so close to 57697. Can we break 5697, or are we going to simply hit here and retrace? This is a critical area. If we break 57697 and you're not in, you might have to build a position right here, because we might be touching 60 cents and then see if we're going to hit support. Because if we hit some resistance at 60 cents, we could fall back down to support. Anywhere between 53 and 56 cents is fair game right now. I would say it'd be more likely if we fail at 60 cents, we're going to go back down here to no less than 54.2. Or possibly all the way back down here to 53. If we don't find support at 53, we're going back to 48 because that was strong support. But I don't see it. I see us getting stronger. The news of the relistings, I feel like we're just going to keep going up. If you're holding XRP, you had a great day today. I know I did. XRP started the day at about 48, 49 cents. Actually, about 50 cents. You know, late last night, started making this rise. I know I did one video last night, and it was about 48 cents. I came back on, and it was about 53 when I came on this afternoon. And I'm just asking, if you weren't buying it at 48 because you were like, you know, it's going to tank and blah, blah, blah. And then you start buying it at 53, 55, 57. You missed out on that whole buying opportunity. It's 5, 6, 7, 10, 15% you cost yourself. That's 15% less XRP you own with the same amount of money. So we're trying to get each other, everybody, not just each other, because I'm talking to more than one person. But I'm trying to get each and every one of you on the same page as I am with the same philosophy. I will say one thing, though. I am very glad that I have an outspoken community already. I almost can't believe that we're like 5 or 6 subscribers short of 100, and I've been doing this 3 days. I remember building an audience on Twitch, and it took a hell of a lot longer than 3 days to get 100 fucking, 100 on Twitch, its followers. So I think we're at like 2,500 on there now. But I have not one time plugged that channel, and I never will, because I want you to put all your time into XRP and not me streaming a game. This is going to give you untold riches as long as you follow the plan and stay alert and understand what these candle wicks mean. There is a lot of upward momentum on these candle wicks, guys. And I do it in the 1 minute time frame so you guys can see up to the minute. You know, it's been a pretty impressive day today. If you're a fan of XRP, a holder of XRP, you should be very, very happy today. Look at that volume coming in. 168,000. These are institutional buys, guys. We're not buying 168,000. I got us 1,800. You know. But if you look at some of these long ones, look at this sell-off. And you've got some monster sell-offs too, so... But these are what we want to see. If price comes down, eating back up. $81,000. Look at the size of these. Look at the size of these orders. We've got some volume coming in now, guys. Positive or negative. Right now, it just happens to be more positive. But I thought it was a really good time to do a video right now because we need to watch these levels very closely. If you haven't built a position in yet, the level you need to watch right now, because we're trending up unless we start coming back down, but you need to watch right here from earlier in the day. You know, we might have actually passed that now. I know we had, no. The top of this wick was 57,705. So that is the target right now. Here, we're going to add it. Horizontal line. So we're going to draw the horizontal line at 57,705. If we can break 57,705 while I am on this, you know, while we're recording this, you buy. Because then we're probably going up to 60. If we do not hit 57,705 on this push up, probably going to go back down to at least 55 or 54 cents and see where we find support. At least we're going to go down to about here, 55,997. We could possibly retrace all the way back down to 55.5 before it bounced up to here. So guys, we have a lot to watch right now. If you guys want to pay attention, if you guys want to turn off the video, just write down 57705. 0.57705 is where we have to break to be bullish on this current push up. Otherwise, we could push back down like 3-4%, which is no problem. Just saying, if you're considering buying it right now at 57.1, just wait to see if it is 57.7, because if it doesn't hit 57.7, we're going to go back and find support, and you're probably going to be able to get a 5 or 6% discount. So I'm not going to lead you astray right now. Let's see what this does for a few minutes. I'm not going to log off yet until I can see what these next few 1 minute candles do. We're only 10 minutes into the video. We got plenty of time. But like everybody who were commenting while we're watching this play out a little bit here, I do appreciate, you know, the positive, negative, the indifferent, telling me what you guys want. Like I said, I'm new to the YouTube world. I'm new to, you know, posting XRP videos. I just have an extreme amount of knowledge. More than just XRP, but when it comes to financials and when it comes to, you know, commodities and when it comes to just interest rates and yields and bond market and just how this is going to play when we transform into a digital currency. It's a gap currency is what I'm calling it. You need a gap. You need something that ties it all together. That's XRP. I'm sure you guys heard the rumblings that one site, supposedly, one I never even heard of, but supposedly they were the first to actually relist XRP. See, here's what I was talking about, guys. If I felt like we were getting rejected up here, that's why I said don't buy. But that's not necessarily true. It's just early indicators are we've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 straight minutes and the candle wicks are all pointing down. Last hour still looks great, but the last 6 minutes is kind of telling a story right now. So we're going to sit tight. We're going to see the pressure. You see there's not very big sells, but there's not a bunch of, there's a few buys in here in the last 20 minutes. 119,000, another institutional buy. I don't know any of you, me, who are going to put in a $50-something thousand order. I mean, for one, we can't. Don't get me wrong, that can be a couple different purchases, but to be 119,000, almost 120,000 coins purchased. Okay, you can see what's going on. So we're going to look for some support here. Hopefully we get it by the time we hit right here. If we get below here, here's a perfect line for you guys. If we don't hit 57,705 before we hit 50, you know, around 56,758, we're trending down. That's how close it is right now with XRP. Because there's a lot of selling pressure when you get up here closer to 57, 58 cents. And I was talking about that in yesterday's video. If you haven't seen it, please tune back and check it out. Also, if you would please like, sub to the channel, leave a comment, help me move up in this analytics so we can grow this community and we can have even more of you independently that we can call XRP future millionaire, because it's going to happen. It's going to happen. There's a positive candle coming up, starting to form for this minute. Very early in the minute though, but it looks like some positive here. This is good because we didn't quite get back down to 56,758. And the reason I drew those two horizontal lines is because I went to the highest point we were at and then where we broke up on this current breakup. Not the first one, because we already came back down, retested, supposedly found support. The candle wick is around here. It's such a small time frame though that we don't know. So that's why we're going to sit it out. You guys are going to see exactly what you're supposed to do. If you haven't bought in yet, you watch this range right here between 56.7, 57.7. We break up past that blue line on the top. We're extremely bullish. We break down below this 56.758. It's not necessarily a bearish sign, but it's pointing in a bearish direction to break down to that support level. We can even see how big of a push, you know, how big of a difference that is from one line to the next. Hold on, let me get the right one so we can project real quick. All right, hold on. Shit. All right, that's not gonna work. I fucked it up. My bad. All right, so we basically got, now if we pull this out, it's our range. Now, if you pull it out even farther, and let's say we get rejected off of that, here's basically what you can see. If you go farther down, but we're going to go based on here. Let me pull this down a little bit. It's not perfect. But, you know, we're breaking up a little bit. But we could very well just see that bottom of the bottom of the projection. So if we line straight up, I'm just doing this. This isn't even anything official. This is just kind of show you guys what could possibly happen here. Because we're having a pretty sideways up if you look. But we already passed that area where we probably should have pushed all the way up. So I have a feeling we're going to come back down to 56 somewhere. Technically, if we're using that projection, we should have pushed up real quick to that 57. It's not perfect, like I said. It isn't perfect. So if you want to make it a little bit more, and then if you want to pull it out sideways, you know, you can go. It's not going to be too big of a breakdown, though, if we're doing the projection, you know. But we definitely should have shot up relatively quickly, you know. We don't want something like this, though, where we're coming back, going up, and then, you know, we could sway back down to 56.08. But look, our candle just touched under 56.7, guys. Fuck. It's not a bad thing. I'm just saying, we wanted to see if we get some upward momentum. So now it looks like we are going to have to take it from there, guys, where we started. So now watch what's going to happen. Now we're going to lower it a little bit, and now it's going to round out a little bit. So now we could, you know, we could potentially come down to 56.4 just based on this little projection. But look how far out I pulled the candle. This projection. So we theoretically could go straight sideways as long as we meet back up somewhere in this next 15-20 minutes. But you can already see we're trending in a downward. We kind of wanted to stay on the trend line of the projection. This can be support. The bottom of the projection I drew out for support. You know, somewhere in that area. But we definitely want to break the top of the triangle. And this isn't 100% accurate. This is just something I built real quick while you guys are watching. We had an up line, we had a down line where I found the support last time before the break up. Then we've got the up where we have to break our today's high. If we break down, and look, we touched below that 56. Found a little bit of candle up, but I don't know. Looks to me more like we're on a downward trend. Here, we can even make this a little smaller so we can do it in a shorter time frame, but we would have to go farther out from here, and that's fine. We can do it like this, but then if we come around, you know, we're talking, we could have some bigger problems going down now. Now you're talking, you know, we're a little bit under that support line. You see, though, we traded over. That's why it came back down in this. That's why I pulled this out, because it kept bouncing back under every time it pulled over this line. I think this is a pretty good setup right here. Little projection here. No one's going to tell you to pull it up like this, but this is just something I do sometimes to see if it carries in the same range. And then if it obviously, if it were to come down here and break under the 55.942, we know we're retracing. It's just a little bit farther dip. It gave me a little bit farther, you know, to see the little, hey, we could find support here because we started at 56.4 roughly, even though I'm down around 56.1. It's just something you can mess around with, guys, when you're charting, see what happens. But like I said, I'm very curious around the 57.7 and the 56.431 area. Gave ourselves a little bit of support down under 56 on the projection, to where it could technically bounce back up. But if it follows this whole, you know, projection across, we're not bouncing back up. We might go sideways is what it's showing you. Because we can even go even farther. And if we just keep, you know, we could go down here too. You know, it's possible that this triangle bounced off of there. You know, it is highly possible that we do one of these. Move this over. Well, it can't be that far over because we actually touched over here. So we would have wanted to do something like this on this kind of a, because technically from that far of a push down, if we're projecting it, we should have had a, if you're using a triangle. So I'm not basing it on there. You see that just doesn't seem right to me. So I think it's more like this. Pull it out. I think it's more like this. If we were going to push up, honestly, this is, whoops. This is my best guess. If we were to push up, we would have done something like this, and we would have been in that 58.2 range, honestly. I think that's a better look. That is where I would have expected it after we, you know, did a little bit of calculations back here. That's why I did the projection. So 58.2, 58.3 would have been a good spot to see if we bounced off of and dropped right back down. But we're not even following in this right now. We kind of bounced out of it now, so. Well, not technically, but. See what we would have to do to do an extended up because we're not technically following this the way I would have liked. So there's a potential for a projection like this, you know, but it's not accounting for the bounce up. So, you know, it's inaccurate because we already know we had a bounce up here. So why even dick around, you know? And then you can go back and see, hey, where did we go? And we went up, came back around. You know, we almost hit the triangle right there on the way up. You know? It almost looks perfect because it bounced off of here, went way up into the triangle, and what did it do? That's actually pretty dead on right there. I think we found what we were looking for. The point, you know, left triangle is, the left point's a little bit farther out, but you get the picture. And this is very well what it could do. Could project up, right back down. It's kind of like a triangle. You know, but I would say, so if you're looking for a buy area, I'd watch that 55.4, 55.3 very carefully. Seeing if we move this over just a little bit, we would have hit that perfectly. You know? Think about right there. I mean, that looks pretty damn good to me, guys. Here, we'll do it just like that because the candle went right up about there. But look what happened. We start over here where we first bounced up, went up to here. You know, we could have followed along right on that line, which we kind of did. We bounced back down under the projection. So then, I mean, you could technically go like this if you want to be, you know, if you want to be 100% accurate. You could even come out like this. The problem is, though, is it hit right there. And now we're talking about such a big area, which this might not be so bad. But under this scenario, we're coming back down to 54.6 if we don't get back up in this little triangle. So that might be a better, you know, if we want to be more accurate, there's a touchdown, you know. Move this back up. There you go. So if you want to see somewhat of a range where we could look at, now that you know what I'm talking about, this is your range. Started the pull back down, came around, basically touched it right here at 54.5. It's not 100% perfect. Bounced back up, stayed within the triangle, came back down. We're still within range. Bounced up to the top where if we could have pushed through that, we might have had something special going on. But now we're kind of following the edge line back down. So there are very, you know, there's a lot of different ways I can help you guys try to put this into words. So I learn better with pictures, so this is kind of just an example. And we can even go farther out to see where the proper fallback down. But I said it's around 53, 53.5, and this pretty much would tell you dead on. We're failing resistance at 57. We failed the top of the symmetrical triangle. So, or the projection triangle, whatever the hell you want to call it. I like to use the projection. I mark it at 2 spots I think are good. I form the top of the triangle myself, and then I've got a projection below it if it doesn't meet it. Now, if we follow the underside of my blue line, you know the symmetrical triangle is going... Well, we already can see that. We already see where we broke the trend, unfortunately. I'm just finishing this. Look, I drew up the symmetrical triangle, and look what happened. Mm-hmm. Now it came down with it. Are you okay? Will never love another. This light? About me? Text me? Oh, bad me? Sorry, that was Julie. My significant other. Alright, so we're still running through this trend. I'm going to sit on here a little bit longer to see if we can actually pull through this and see where we come out of the other side of this triangle. It's always good to follow it through. Oh, sorry guys. The good news is, though, is we haven't come all the way back down. Now, I mean, you could technically, but it didn't, we touched right here. That's why I'm keeping it right here. That's essentially where we touched. I'm trying to get it as accurate as possible so we can, get a touchdown area. That's pretty good. So, we could come under 53, but I see a strong but also, look, we could touch up. If we break up out of this triangle that we've made, we got a top end triangle right now that we created ourselves. As you can see, upper is resistance, lower is support. That blue line at 56,318 is our recent support in the 1 minute candle. 57,705 is around the day's high. The projection triangle is where it could shoot down if it doesn't make it up past that triangle. And if we stay in this pattern, we can bring out this projection even farther. We can come across like this. So if we do this, according to this, if we can ride this out and stay in this range, by somewhere in 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning, we could be up past 57,705. But I mean, it's going to take a little bit of work. A lot of candles. We won't be here for 8 hours. But that's just something you want to study. You want to see if it follows this at all. We'll see what happens together. When I come back on tomorrow, I'll talk about it, obviously. But this is very possible. This is very possible. We've been trading in the same area, though, for the last 29 minutes. But I think we did a good job with that symmetrical triangle, the projection, creating our own triangle on the top. But now we're more of a sphere, because now we're trying to see where we could potentially round out. The good news is if we could round out in a decent way, we could potentially end up, somewhere around here. So we got a range anywhere from 53.5 all the way up to about Let's see. Yeah, we're not going to go all the way over there yet. Bring it back a little bit. So it could potentially take... Nope, that came down below it. So we could potentially have something like this. I know that's a very big area, very wide range, but look, the way we're charting this right now, this is the best example I can show you. All this is fair game. And look, this shows you a touchdown under 46 is the lowest possible. Under 47, if we go out this far and we're saying, hey, it could read that way. But remember, the farther out it goes on the sideways, the farther sideways we go, the higher up the support comes. So just remember that as we go across this. Look, the support all the way at the end of the sphere, you could be at 56, no problem. I know this isn't much information, this video. This is just kind of a layout of what could happen. We've had a lot of selling pressure here. 165,000. And then 1 minute candle followed by a 22, 11,000. Then we barely got any on the kickback. Now I would expect to see, are we going to get anything eaten up? Or are we going to continue to the downside? Like I said, this is a very, very, very incredibly important range right here if you're looking to buy or get into XRP the first time. Small way up, large way down. But if it pushes up, we can flip this sphere, if we can cross that blue line and flip it a little bit, if we can cross it a little earlier. But as you guys can see, we're going to trade sideways for a little bit. So I'm going to end the stream here, or the video. I'll be back tomorrow. Like I said, I greatly, greatly appreciate each and every one of you. Negative, positive, indifferent, as long as you're talking within the community, that is how we bridge the gap. You know, that's how we get a little bit closer to each other, and that's how we find out what each and every one of us need to succeed with XRP. The goal right now is to get to 10,000 coins while it's under $1, period. 5,000 if you have less money, 2,500 if you have even less money, but no less than 2,500 coins, so we can do what we need to do when this starts to massively up, because it will. So until next time, I am TSpeaka222. I want to thank each and every one of you independently, you XRP future millionaire. I do appreciate your support greatly, and due to popular demand, we are playing this as an exit. So guys, I hope you enjoy it. Stay blessed, and I'll see you tomorrow. you guys. Thank you, everybody. Remember, like, comment, subscribe. You know, let's show the YouTube analytics what this XRP community is all about. Thank you, guys. Stay blessed. And have a good night. Till next time, keep a tight eye on XRP between that 57.7 and 56.4, or 55.6 range, roughly. Just keep an eye out on it. Stay blessed, guys.